Welcome back. This is Oxygen Not Included. It will be episode 12. In the last one, we finally got some oil going, and we have set up a metal refinery, which is currently being loaded with petrol. So when we get this up and going, we've sort of made a hot box there for it. We've prepared an area for a slate wheat farm to go in. We're going to need a little bit more metal, and we're going to need this geyser, either, to get up and running beforehand, because we're going to need to just siphon a lot of the cold off the cool slush. I think that's what they're called anyway. But yeah, things are going well. We are kind of just waiting for this to start refining again, but because of the way we've got the fire pole, it doesn't take them long to get there. It does take them ages to get back up though. How we look for plastic? Perfect. We've got 4 tons of plastic. We might, in this episode, we might make another glossy Draco ranch. We do have space for one. It would literally slot in there. They take no looking after, and they eat barely any food. You know, I've sold myself on that there, because I'm quite happy to do that. So I'm going to just drop in the rest of the tiles, and that's going to be like, that's going to be, of this episode, Project 1. Going to get another one of them in. It's relatively painless setting these up. It's going to take no effort at all. Project 2 is steel. I would like to get some steel going. And as I say, I'm just waiting for this pipe to, I suppose, clog up. And then I will disconnect it and we'll destroy the bridge, and we'll be kind of laughing. I mean, to be fair, that's probably enough coolant. But we'll give it a little bit more. And I'm just going to disconnect the pipe there. I wish that wouldn't go back down, because it's going to hit a wall. But that's fine, as I say. Oh, look at that. I've done that perfectly. Right. So, let's get... We'll get 2 tons of iron. Will we? Yes, we will. 2 tons of iron. We've got rock crushers no longer producing anything. We've got a kiln as well, which is going to take some coal. I'm going to get... How much refined carbon do I want? Should we say 2 tons of that as well? Yeah. And our lime is just going. We've got 20 kilos of lime. We're going to need way more than that. So... Paku farm might be the next obvious bet. Obviously, we have this massive area here, which is really good. This place is kind of perfect for Paku farming. The only slight issue, we don't have Atmo suits set up here yet. Now that we've got refined metal, that will be no challenge. We can basically just drop them in, which is what we'll do. And that brings us on to our third problem of the episode that we're going to try and fix today. The electrolyzer. We've got one fella, but he's working really hard. But I think he's probably past his best. That's hollowed out now. So I'm going to drop in a liquid pump. And I'm going to run a liquid pipe out of here. How do I want to do this? Can I just run it down? Yeah, I'll just run it down. Liquid bridge to jump over. And I won't go through that tile. And I'll just drop it. Build it there? No, of course not. We'll just drop it in there. Sweet. So this is going to get hollowed out. If I put that bridge in the right way, just let me... yes, I have. Right, okay. So this is going to get emptied out, and we're going to build an electrolyzer here. We're going to build a proper electrolyzer rather than what we have got, which is a... calling that an electrolyzer, it feels wrong. It's not a proper setup, but it was never intended to be. That's one thing I love about this game. It's like you can change your mind. And I've changed my mind. This electrolyzer will not be sufficient. But I am just going to probably nick the pipes off it and just pump everything through the pipe. Mainly for temperature. Because this water is still of a good temperature. 30 degrees, it's barely getting warmer. So yeah, Pacu farm in there. Electrolyzer getting built here. Another glossy Dreco ranch we're working on here. I also think I'm going to automate one of these. Because bloody hell, it's about damn time I do some automation with these farms. I feel like I've done it nigh on everywhere else. Let's get a gas vent in, because we'll need that. We'll drop some of the gas pipes in as well. I know about that. Oh, he says. And we'll get in some... What am I thinking? What am I looking for? Tiles, food tiles. Just get some of them in. And they're no bother either. So yeah, I mean, we've kind of got a lot of things going on. We're spinning a fair few plates. They can't get to there, apparently. I think we'll get the Atmo suits in first, actually. Just to avoid any bother. I'll also insulate this properly when it gets round to it. But I mean, we've got so much water here. Whether this electrolyzer needs liquid locking as well, I would say it probably does. Yeah, it's going to need a liquid lock. But never mind. No liquid... Yeah, that's just waiting to get built. Yeah, I mean, we're spinning plates here. But I'll tell you what. In fact, I don't even have enough space in my mess hall. How could I... Okay. Space is not an issue yet, but it's getting there. Our water toilet system's starting to back up, maybe, a little bit. Yeah, but I mean, these are good problems to have, all things considered. You want your food and your mess hall to be near your toilets and your beds. Obviously, for downtime, you kind of want them all in the same spot. And at the moment, for the time being, they're not. Which I'm not thrilled about, truthfully. I'm also going to have to set up an auto sweeper here. I mean, I've got lots to sort out. I mean, these guys should be fine now. I don't want them to crack these anymore. Yeah. So electrolyzer is going to be the next kind of big thing. You may wonder why I've built it like that. I'm quite happy for these tiles to be broken. I'm not happy for these tiles. That would flood. So I'm going to try and avoid having any catastrophes. I suppose an auto sweeper in here would be really good as well. Now that we've got iron. Are we refining metal? We are. This is 200 degrees, 200 degrees. And by the end it's 240 degrees, going in at 240, coming out at 270. This is going to heat up a lot. And until we get a steam turbine in to delete the heat, that could become a problem. It's not for now, though. And I am adopting that approach of it's not right now a problem, it's a problem for later. I'm just going to take that for how it is and let that become worse and worse and worse. Can't live with that. Yeah, that's going to get built in there. Sweet, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to do a few things off camera. Like I'm on camera, as I say. I'm going to stop recording, maybe. And I'm just going to get to work on getting some of these things into effect, because I mean, we've got quite a lot of boring things going on at the moment. So yeah, I will cut back in when we're kind of getting somewhere a little bit more. Welcome back. So, there's been a development. The plan to hotbox our metal refinery coolant has backfired quite massively. The petrol coolant is almost at its boiling point, which is incredibly unsafe. And I think I have a solution. I've had to make a liquid lock out of crude oil because the temperature in here, it was at like 400 degrees, which obviously isn't great. So they can get in and out of this now, but it's not necessarily a problem. I want to vacuum this out, and I'm going to put a steam turbine in, and once the steam turbine's in, I'll fill it with water. In fact, I'll probably fill it with water and then put the steam turbine in. But I need to vacuum it out first. Yeah. So things aren't going well, truth be told. I can't tackle any of those. Goodbye. So, crops are fine as well, like we're eating relatively alright. Omelets, we've got loads. This is obviously overheating immediately, which isn't ideal. And it's overheating so quickly because, well, if it weren't obvious, my oversight has been criminal. Yeah, so now we're having to research very quickly the conductive wires, which is good anyway because we need them. But I can't wire this in until my conductive wire turns up, otherwise I'll have to run a heavy watt wire through it. It's just too conductive. I am also trying to add another Dreco wrench, but obviously I'm having the same issue of everything's too hot, and when it's not hot, it's not got carbon dioxide in it. So I'm working on getting that fixed. I also need some more gold to repair the atmosuit docks from the wrong element because the oxygen is not good enough at the moment. These feel like minor problems. This feels like a big one. This feels like a problem that I need to fix kind of now. Hence the title of this video, I suppose, because it will be related to what is effectively a meltdown. That's almost done. So I suppose it's a good time to discuss conductive wire and heavy watt wire, and conductive heavy watt wire. So you get a large power transformer, which is the sort of next step up from your regular power transformer, I suppose. I will just deconstruct the power wire beneath that. Effectively, the only difference between the large one and the small one is the large one is bigger. Feels silly saying out loud, to be perfectly honest. Effectively, the conductive wire can handle 2 kilowatts, whereas the wire can only handle 1. Which means when you plug in things in like steam turbines, your 2 kilowatt wire is kind of all you need. It also means that you can run it through tiles. So for instance, I will run this and I will just like put it there. And then when this gets repaired, which it will hopefully quite quickly, this can start vacuuming out. And I'll just make sure I am vacuuming. Yes, I am vacuuming out. And this will vent to space. Obviously, it's been a while since I've even highlighted what this looks like, but obviously space looks like space. It's just a vacuum. We've got our vacuum chamber. It's liquid locked in. I'm kind of doing okay up there. I do obviously need to address all of this polluted oxygen issues and whatever else. But again, problems for later are the way that I'm saying those things. This is a problem for now. There's no power consumers on this yet because it's not plugged in. But once that gets plugged in, this should. I'm just going to vacuum all of this out, and I'm just going to firm the gas pump being broken repeatedly. There is a concern that this will overheat my base, but I'm confident that it won't be on for long enough, if you know what I mean, because it's just going to shoot everything through, and then we're going to be absolutely fine. What's emitting there? Is it water? Is it polluted water? Is it dirt? Polluted oxygen. Fuck knows. Right, here we go. Yeah, this is going to vent all of this shit out. And there is a fair amount. I just want it completely locked. At that point, I should probably sweep up the abyssalite as well for good measure. They can do that when they get round to it, I suppose. Yeah. Obviously, it's not great, is it? But it shouldn't take too long to empty this. Like, in terms of an actual vacuum, it shouldn't really take ages to make. It will just be a case of once it's all kind of set up, I'll build that tile in there, actually. I'll box this off, and then we can get started on filling it with water. The steam turbine itself does regularly overheat. It's kind of how they work. They get hot very easily. So I'm going to cool it with its own output. So I'm going to cool it with like ideally water that's about 95 degrees will be what it puts out. And then once that's outputted, I will just simply run it through the steam turbine, and we should be fine. I'm not going to use like aqua tuners or anything like that. Yeah, this is going to be smashing. It's only really going to heat up this bit here, which is fine because there's nothing there. Yeah, so we're kind of wanting to get out all of the, like, every last morsel, and we'll just sweep that up as well. So this is kind of taken over. I've had to respond to this very quickly, and it's kind of put a dampener on the what was supposed to be quite a easygoing episode. I'm not sorry for that though. It's a good reflection of what this game is about, which is shit. I need to change that. Shit, I need to change that. And thankfully as well, I can filter some oxygen, carbon dioxide up there. In fact, if I actually disconnect the pipes, I can filter it exactly where I want it to go. And then I'm actually going to stop that because I think it's probably too much. So I'm just going to... There we go. Yeah, it's going to be far too much, but never mind. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why this game's so fun. Shit just happens, and you kind of have to fix it. But I mean, I hope this is a useful kind of idea of how to fix it. Whatever's causing the problem, I stopped it, so I turned the metal refinery off. And I'm going to fill this with water before I start using it to make the steel, which I'm going to use for my steam turbine, which I will also need to research because I haven't yet, because I am lazy. Yeah, that'll just do that, and we should be fine. As I say, we're into the micrograms now. Even in the bottom corner, we're still in micrograms. This is going to be done very quickly. Have I got a gas overlay? I should, shouldn't I? Never mind. What do I know? Yeah. I mean, it's going. We've got a load of carbon here. I think this is going to be like a slickster farm, to be honest. I'm kind of just waiting for them to hatch. I've got a few slickster eggs that I'm going to throw these there, down there. Hang on, there we are. Relocate. I'm going to put these down here. I'm literally just going to let them naturally incubate, and probably just wild farm them for a little bit. I don't want to have to feed them, and if I put them there, they'll just make oil for me, which will be nice. Not that we need it because we've got loads at the moment, and it's obviously it's non-renewable. It's known for it actually being non-renewable. Did you know that? Every day's a school day. Oil is non-renewable. Yeah. So we've still got loads, but it'll be nice to... Yeah, and we've got a load of petrol as well. The petrol's filling up. Sweet. So, how are we looking here? Chlorine, still milligrams. Or is it micrograms or milligrams? It doesn't matter, does it really? Yeah, I mean, this is going to be... I'm going to have to put in the insulated tiles here. Actually, I could do that now, being realistic. I could put those in there. Mine this out. Put it in there. And they can get on that. I'll do the same over here. And I will do it. I'm doing it from top down. No particular reason why, to be honest. I just wanted to. Sue me. I thought it might be easier to get in top down rather than going bottom up, but I think, to be honest, it's probably 6 and 2 3s. Yeah. I suppose we could do the plumbing. Yeah, we'll do the plumbing. So, I would like to... I will take a liquid shut off purely because I want to be able to turn this off. And I will take a liquid bridge, and I will take a liquid bridge. Oh, he says. I don't want it there. I will take a liquid bridge. And then I will literally run from here to here. He says. He says. He says. To here. And then, aha, right. For now, that's fine. But I need to change that immediately. Please, please, please do not let me forget to change that. because if I forget to change that, it's kind of game over. And I will go in from the top again. That's broken, which is obviously great. Let me put proper tiles in there just to avoid having what will happen. It's going to happen one day. I'm going to forget to do something, like put those tiles in, it'll be game over. Not actually game over, it'll just be a pain in the arse and difficult. Have we got 8 in here? I feel like we've got loads. What do you mean you're starving? You're fine. Nah, they're fine. They'll be fine. If he dies as well, we've got like plenty lying around. But yeah, I mean the temperature on these is kind of regulating now, which is really good. So it's kind of this thermal regulation that is kicking my arse. Just drop that in there. Fix that. Right, who's on this? Have I seriously got no one on tidying? Who could be tidying for me? It's gonna be Harold. Harold, you will tidy. Should have been on tidy anyway, to be honest. We're getting a fair bit of lime as well, aren't we? Yeah. I think so. I will tag it. Generally speaking, I recommend tagging anything that you kind of want to keep an eye on. I've got 1.7 ton of huh? Oh, that's consumable ore. Never mind, ignore me. I've got 80 kilos of it, so I can make just enough steel for what we need. I can leave that there. I will drop in an insulated tile there, and I will just hollow this out when they eventually get round to it. Are we vacuum yet? We're so close to being a vacuum. Yeah, look at that, man. I suppose this as well. I know I've already talked about it. I'm just sort of looking for something to say, I suppose. Atmo suits, we would be knackered without them. So, kind of, if you're thinking, oh, I don't need Atmo suits, you do. You just don't know why yet, and sure enough, you will shortly. So yeah, I mean, this is gonna. I'm gonna use the water supply. Not the water supply. The toilet water for this. Mainly because it's easy to access, and I do need to empty it out. They are the only two reasons. There is no benefit to using this water over other water. I suppose you could. There's an argument for germ deletion. Obviously, it's really germ-infested water. Whereas once I'm kind of done with it, it won't be. But I do need to insulate that in there. Oh, that's it. I'll sweep everything up first, apart from the igneous rock. Just sweep that gold up and out. Because, I mean, that's all going to need to go in there anyway. That's fine. So yeah, as I say, I'll set the priorities to 6 on this, because I really want to get that out of the way before I do any of my other usual antics. Of which there are usually many. I mean, this is like, it's borderline, innit? Right. If I just put this down there, and I put this down, it's B for copy, is it right? So I'll put this down there. Is there anything else I need there? There's not, is there? That's why I like it. Right. That's going to be fine all on there, on the one wire. I will run I'll make that a conductive wire because I'm going to need to. Or if we just finish researching the steam turbine. Perfect. So, steam turbines produce power. They overheat at 1000 degrees. I feel like that might have changed. Sure enough. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to build it out of iron then, I suppose. And I've got loads of iron, so that's kind of ideal. If I get them to build this pipe first, before they mess on with any of this. Yeah, and actually, just before I actually start dropping water in, I need to set up to 7. The reason this needs to be boxed in, I do not want water and crude oil messing with my liquid lock. I don't know if it will, but regardless, I am not running the risk because it's the last thing we need, truthfully. And this is also comically large. Like, this is way larger than it needs to be, this room. It's kind of just built that way because it's naturally shaped to suit it. And that will just run into there after the water's finished, I suppose. Once we've filled the room. How are we looking for this pipe, actually? I mean, we're getting there with it. As were most things. Yeah, that's like a vacuum block now. So I can actually destroy the liquid lock. The oil liquid lock. Whether I choose to or not, I have no idea. I'm going to see how we get on first, because I think the worst thing I could do is commit to destroying the liquid lock and then realise 5 minutes later I actually need to be back in here. As I say, I'm hoping I'll not need to, but I'd rather be prepared for the eventuality that I may have to. But yeah, we're kind of just cracking on at the moment. I'll cut back in once all of this is sort of ready to go, so I can show you what it looks like when it's working. Welcome back. So, as you can see, we are moving again. The petrol's at a ridiculous temperature. It's going to come out at a lower temperature. Yes, under 100. Oh, perfect. Right, we're laughing. Yeah, things are okay. The steam turbine isn't built yet because we have no iron. And the reason we have no iron, because we don't have the fucking oil refinery working yet. One thing I will do, I'll just connect these back up and make sure this loop's topped up with the finest of petrol. Just for the avoidance of any complications or running out of anything, I suppose. I'm going to get 5 tons of iron, and then I will never think about it again. So yeah, crisis management. Crisis sufficiently managed. The glossy Drecor ranch is on again. I'm picking up some of the ones that have sort of wandered a little bit. The hatch situation is... I've not got words for what this hatch situation is. This needs to be... I need to do something about this, don't I? Really. Because this is kind of horrendous. The amount of hatches that we have that have just survived from the incubators. Maybe we should get another ranch going. But to be honest, kind of feels a bit like overkill. But you know, it's I suppose it's part of fun. We'll get another. I think we will get another ranch going. The electrolyzer pit is surprisingly just about to finish. So we will build the electrolyzer up here. Yeah, no, things are okay. I think it's probably going to be a bit of a longer video this because I've not really done much other than, you know, start filling this. Is this empty now? Where are we? Yes, this is empty. So shall we siphon off a little bit more just to fill up the fill it up? Should I? I don't want to mess with that. And this is now empty, isn't it? So let me just actually destroy that bridge. Why have I don't even know why I built that bridge. I'm gonna leave that there for now. I think there's a fair amount of water in there. We've also taken on another duplicant. His name is Turner. This is Turner's house. Turner is going to be my machiner. He will be my operator. But unfortunately, Turner does not have any skill points to get suit wearing. So I'm going to make him suffer, really. This entire room is going to get very germy very quickly because I haven't given him anywhere to wash his hands or anything like that. But he's going to be good for 14 cycles. So this is kind of like a gym. And we're just going to store meal lice in here for him. He can eat that. He's going to be absolutely fine. I'm going to give him a mess table as well. I probably shouldn't, but... Can I get him a hand sanitizer? Yeah, I'm distracted again, but never mind. Snorer. Duress to him. I don't want that as a positive trait, do I? Because I don't really want them to be very stressed. But again, would be a very, very... no, pass. We'll take those eggs. And maybe they get moved into there. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, no, things are kind of okay. There's obviously a little bit of work to be done. But now that the refinery is fine, give or take, output pipe full. Right. This is what I was hoping to avoid. Yeah. Oops. Shit. Okay. Do I have a plumber? Stinky, you have been promoted. Stinky is now my plumber. I will... For fuck's sake. I was hoping to avoid this exact thing from happening. Hoping to avoid this exact thing happening, I should say. Okay, right. Empty pipe. Just want these pipes emptied. And I would like this done as a priority, please. Stinky. Is Stinky doing this now? Stinky's not allowed. But it is priority 6 for him. Yeah, because he's my chef, isn't he? Damn. Let me just very, very, very quickly amend him. And that'll be fine. But yeah, no, electrolyzer's going to have to go here. Which is kind of why we spent so much time working on this. Have we run out of igneous rock? That's not great. That's really not great, is it? What do we actually use igneous rock for? Do we feed anything with igneous rock? We don't, do we? No, we feed with sedimentary rock. We just build absolutely everything out of igneous rock, and we have run out. I am sure we'll be fine. But for good measure, in fact, I'm not going to pull it from there. I mean, that's just one more thing that we didn't need, is it? Right, okay, granite is now our building material of choice. Yeah, okay, I can live with that. I can work with this. I'm going to drop this in there. We'll have to build another liquid lock, which is fine. But this is going to be our electrolyzer setup. So yeah, I'm going to get started on putting the foundations in for this. And I'm going to start ripping some of this out because it is totally unnecessary now, which is sweet. Liquid pipes, let me just get rid of all of those. Yeah, as long as they're not doing the ladders, I can live with that. I mean, we're getting the igneous rock situation is strange, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. But yeah, I'm gonna get to work on the electrolyzer, or shall we call it there? I think we should probably call it there, you know. And the electrolyzer can be the next episode. That's a good idea, isn't it? I hope you're all on the edge of your seat about this electrolyzer, because it's going to be fucking brilliant when we get it up and running. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. You have no idea how much it helps. Not helps as in the channel would be fine without you. Like, helps make it out of bed on a morning is probably more accurate. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, please do leave a like, because honestly, you've got no real idea how how great it is. If you didn't enjoy it, sorry, I guess. Should I apologise? I don't think I should have to apologise for that. No, if you didn't enjoy it, that's heavy for you, really, and you've wasted your time. You've not wasted my time, because I was going to do this anyway. Yeah, I suppose you could leave a comment, let me know why you didn't enjoy it. Tell me how to do it differently. You know, I'm really not so good at the outro thing. I'm aware. I'm not sorry for that either, though. Yeah, no, if you enjoyed it, please do leave a like, because it makes a huge difference to me. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one where we'll get to work on this electrolyzer. Thank you very much.